I really like, in this matter, I really like this kind of quote. I'm trying to search in the same time. It's Simon Sinek, of course. There is no wrong decision. The only decision we make right. And
I love that.
and for me, it means everything, you know. It's so like you can take anything you do in life, and if you don't believe in it, you know, you're not doing it fully, you're like, maybe you have doubt and stuff like that, then it will be a fucking bad decision. You will make it a bad decision. But if you truly believe in it, and if you're like trying your best, showing up every day, be happy about your decision, then it will be an amazing decision. Maybe it doesn't mean you will succeed, you know, maybe your project will fail, but you will take that as an adventure. You will take that differently. The way you approach the topic is the result of what you're going to get from there. Welcome Dima on the show. So thanks to have accepted my invitation.
And thanks for having me, Martin. We should have started to talk, I think, much earlier, maybe a few months ago, but I'm sorry for that. It was hard to find.
It's fine. Yeah, I know, you know, entrepreneurs have very difficult schedules, so it's fine, man. So going to my first question, the one who shape everything in this podcast, Dima, if you should resume your path in 3 minutes, your entrepreneurship journey in 3 minutes, how you will do that? I'm taking notes.
Okay, it's pretty simple. Today, I'm a founder of a product, Screenshot One. It's a software that helps companies from small to medium, also solopreneurs, developers, and indie hackers also, to automate website screenshotting for their products. So, for example, if you need in your product integrate some kind of screenshot automation, you can use my product, yes. Today I have 280 paying customers, pretty decent MRR. Like I reached one of my goals, one of my dreams. My dream was basically to reach $10,000 of dollars monthly revenue. And I feel pretty accomplished. Like I'm in the place, you know, like pretty content now, and I'm thinking about the future, what to do in the future. But before that, 3 years ago, probably, yes, it's like maybe 2.5, I quit my job. I didn't know what to do. I didn't have any plans, any ideas. Like it was just, you know, I just felt that it probably was the best job I could find, the best people, the smartest people I have seen, best stock option program, salary, like work conditions, challenging tasks, you know, everything, yes. But despite seeing all of that, I came to home and talked to my wife, and I was really crying because I felt like if I am not happy, like if I still am not satisfied having all that, nothing probably. I need to quit. I need to jump and to try, you know, to exhaust and to try myself as an entrepreneur and to close this kind of fire of something that was pushing me into that direction. But only recently I realized why, like, I had this kind of fire, you know, why I wanted to do that. And the answer was pretty interesting because I thought it was about freedom, money, you know, all this kind of stuff. And I love money. I love freedom. It's like, I'm super grateful. I'm super lucky to have all that now. It's probably the best years of my life and position to live. But I was born in a developing country, pretty poor country, I would say. And I was in a poor family. I was like, you know, growing on streets and need to find some money to buy food and so on. And I just, you know, we were playing with kids, gathering bottles, exchanging them for money, and then we were gathering metal on construction sites, exchanging that for money. And I'm telling that, like, you know, it's a happy story for me. It's pretty important. And then I get enough money. I bought shrimp net. I was catching fishing shrimps with the net, and I was cooking them and selling that. And it was an entrepreneurship path. I was just somehow lucky to do that. And I was pretty successful. It was pretty early age, you know, like maybe before 10 years old, something like that. But then something not good happened, and I was like, I stopped doing that, and so that was one of my, like brightest moment in the childhood. And then I didn't know that, but on the background, like living through all my life and everything, like, this kind of experience lit fire in me. And I think that was, anyway, like I loved my jobs. I was pretty focused. I devoted everything in me, invested a lot of, helped companies to grow, building products, like everything. Yes, like, but I always have this, little fire that I want to build something for myself, something that, so I quit. So that's when I didn't know that.
That was the first things you created, like Screenshot One?
No, it wasn't the first. I didn't know what to do, and I just, I just Googling. I saw indie hackers. I saw different platforms. Mm-hmm. So I went to Twitter. I was building an audience. It was, I think it's dumb. It's pretty dumb to say this. Like it doesn't work that way, and you will not build an audience. But I was thinking you can build an audience and sell them something. Mm-hmm. Like, and I was lucky enough to realize pretty early that, like it doesn't work for me, because if you either need to have something when you come to Twitter, or you need to build it on the go, like.
Yeah.
So when I came, everybody was building Twitter tools, so I decided to build a Twitter tool. And it was like, yes. And it was really hard to build. It was, because this kind of software.
The tool, what was the main feature of the tool?
It was two features. It was like analytics, of course, like how many impressions you have. I don't remember if it had impressions, but like impressions applies followers.
Okay.
And the second feature was like you could see how people interact with you. How often and who often you interact with, and kind of see who are your like Twitter friends and who are not your Twitter friends, and who ghosts you, who doesn't ghost you, something like that. It was. So I would say that today, having ChatGPT, you could also, add sentiment analysis and see like what people feel about you, what you feel about them, and like build pretty interesting analysis. But I realized I don't have this UX UI skills. I was working as a backend developer most of my career, like not touching front end at all, APIs, server side stuff. Even on the backend, I was working deep inside, after receiving tasks from queues and doing some heavy processing. So for me, it was pretty hard to build something in this niche. And I had a list of ideas. Like a lot of APIs I wanted to build, like email validation API, a lot of this kind of boring stuff, And I just chose this one that I have now, like almost randomly. Like it seemed to me like a nice challenging task back almost 3 years ago. Yes. So
when you know nothing about it, you're like, oh, super easy. I do that in a week.
Yes, something like that. But I found it cool. It's browsers, headless browsers. It's something complex, like, you're a developer, you love complex stuff.
Yeah.
And today I hate it in some sense, like, because I see like a lot, it gives me a lot of support work because of that, because of this complexity. Maybe it's greener on the other side, but sometimes I see other people building businesses with better margins, and with it seems like they don't have support tickets. Maybe they don't share this. I don't know. Yes, but
Man,
but I have
we all have support tickets. It's just like how you deal with it. I think this is a very interesting topic. Like for me, I have been working in companies and they had like so much support ticket all the time. And for what I've seen, like most of people were like, oh yeah, someone answer, help the person. We close the tickets.
Yes.
And when you do that infinitely. More you have users, more you're gonna open tickets and close tickets, like look for the solution, help them, and repeat yourself. And I was hating that. So when I was in my last company, each time we had a support ticket, we were looking for a technical solution to fix this ticket forever. To consider like many people will have the problem and fix that. So now I think for me it's easier. But I still have a lot of tickets every day. But each tickets improve the product in a way. And there was something before in big company was not the case. And I was like, what the fuck, guys? Why we don't do that?
Yes. I see support now as sales, also because like somebody comes to you, to your support, asks something, and you don't necessarily need to sell and to tell like my product is the best and so on, but you can just help them, and they maybe see that this solution is the best fit for them, your solution, yes. Also, sometimes you can see, for example, I have a lot of ideas now for new products, if I ever have time to build it, coming just from support. People came to me and asked, can you, I don't know, also scrape websites and add some kind of metadata about them, like structured metadata. We need to see, and I thought it's pretty close to what I do, but not close. Like it feels like a different product. And I was talking, and they almost agreed to pay if I build it, so it was wow. And yes, and now support, it feels like in support, you can see where your marketing fails, like you see your customers. Yeah. Yes, customers come from Google, for example, or from Twitter, or from anywhere, yes. And in support, you can see that somebody didn't understand your messaging on your landing page or somewhere, and they think your product does X, but it does Y. Yes. So you see, for example, I was seeing a lot of people talking about no code, for using with my product. And then I realized they don't understand that this product is an API and it's for developers. And then I fixed it. If you open my landing page now, you will see a screenshot API for developers. I also have code example. I have like everything screaming like it's for developers. Yes,
yes.
And now in support, I see less.
That's super cool. I think there are many topics about, like, for me, the support is one of the things that make me connected to the users.
Yes.
Like I talk with them every day because of the support. So it's good and bad in a way.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. I went to your landing, and effectively now there is a URL, there is a direct example. This is code, man.
Yes. I try to use technical language. It also helps me to resonate more with developers. For example, you see this Cloudflare, like something above.
Feature in the Cloudflare build with series.
Yes. It's like I also try to signal it's about development. It's like Cloudflare is company which is known by developers. Yes, like so. But I also support no code. Yes, but I prioritize marketing for developers. Code. Like so support is super important. I think it's like it's counterintuitive, but it's probably the last thing that I will outsource, if ever,
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree with you. You just may realize, like, we are both together in the Cloudflare developer blog, kinda. And yes. I don't use it as a marketing at all. Like, I just retweet it once and
really?
lost it. Yes. I should definitely put it more in.
You should. Visible. Yes. It's like big company choose you to feature you somehow. Yes, and it's. I think it's a good signal, to show, like.
Yeah.
Like probably we don't need to brag, and we need only put only one headline without anything. Yes, but if we do marketing, why not to do it a little bit more?
No, definitely. But I think like the marketing from a developer, perspective, like because we are developers, is sometimes very, very like foreign country, foreign language, like that stuff you totally forgot. And it's for marketing people, it will be evidence. Like, why are you not doing that? Good question, because I'm not a marketing person.
Yes. It's pretty hard. Yes, even for example, when I write something on Twitter technical, I realize that some developer can read my tweet, and if they think that I'm a dumb developer, they probably won't buy my product. I need to double check it, like 10 times, for example. Sometimes I think about that, like, so if I write that I don't know, like, so I see it like as part of marketing partially, yes, like I try not to overuse it, yes, but I see it often, like when I write about some technical details, it's not, if you're building a dev tool, you don't want to be perceived as a junior developer, probably. I don't know.
Yeah, it's okay, I think. I agree with you. But there's something also I realize which is funny, is me as a developer, each time I go to a tutorial or something, he's not working. There are many things not working
Yes.
because it's not up to date, because blah blah blah. There are many
Yes.
cases. And at the beginning, when I was writing tutorial for Capgo, I was like spending hours on it to make it fucking perfect. And now I'm like,
Yes.
I'm not even sure I needed to make it perfect. Like, if it's help a bit, it's enough. It's drive traffic.
Yes. Yes, I
And
understand you.
when I get comments now, I fix things like often because everything I do is open source, so it's easier for me. Like, people can come to
Yes.
GitHub and say this article is shit on GitHub. So when they told me that, I do fix the things and improve it. But if no one
Yes.
complain, I'm like, there are too much things to do
Agree
than to
with you,
make
agree with you.
perfect.
I just recently, like, literally probably before yesterday, I was building small projects, small funny, silly game, and I was trying to deploy it on Hetzner with Kamal and a lot of stuff and so on. Doesn't matter, yes, but I just couldn't find working tutorial, and I was thinking, wow, like,
Yes.
no, think about that for a second. It's the most popular topic on Twitter, Next.js, Kamal, and Hetzner, and so on. Like, everybody talks about, and I still can't find tutorial. It made me think about how much should I trust Twitter, like, in principle. And then I thought, okay, so it's on me now. I need to write this tutorial, and to share that it works. And
yeah, that's smart.
No, I didn't, but I open sourced it, so I can just send a link so that everybody who wants to do it can do it. Yes, but I have right now in my task. I think I will do it. Yes, because I need it for myself also. I use it a lot like this.
Yeah. That's often what I'm doing. I make tutorial for stuff I do, and I know I will do it again. And then when I search the solution again on Google, I found on my own article.
Yes. It works. Yes.
It's super cool. It's super cool. And funnily, I find also some people are really not willing to even read the tutorial now.
Yes.
Like in CapGo, I have some people contacted me before. It was kind of unofficial, People were like emailing me. They were registering and say, "Oh, we don't want to do the CI/CD setup ourselves. Can you do it for us?" And I was, yeah, of course, I can do a CI/CD setup for you. And I realized, like, at the beginning it was something like very punctual, and now I put it in the website. I put it in the email you receive. I really like propose it, because for me it's just following my own tutorial I wrote, which is on my website. You could do it for yourself.
Yes.
And I charge 2,500 for that, and I do it in a day. And I set up a CI/CD by copy paste the file.
Oh, it's a smart idea, It's pretty cool.
It's a good side business.
No, wow. Wait a second. No. I mean, I also have a DevTool, and really, like, people come to me and ask, how to do that, how to do it. I didn't think I could just charge for integration. It could solve both problems, not like it's a money influx, and also I could talk to customers, I could help them. Wow. I need to.
Yeah, I get so much insight by doing that. Yeah, wrote it down.
It's crazy idea. Why? It sounds so obvious now. Strange.
Yeah, but for me, same. I didn't do it for 3 years until people start to, because I have a Discord community for CapGo.
Yes.
People start to ask me, like, can someone do it for us? We don't want to do it to follow the tutorial.
Wow.
And no one answered. So at one point I was like, okay, I will do it. And then I realized, like, many people want that. In fact,
also, I was listening to one of the podcasts, and they were describing the early days of Stripe, how their founders were like, they had this kind of simple API for integrating payments, and then what they do, if they meet, some founders of the company, they say, give us your notebook, your laptop, and now we will integrate it for you, like right now, right here. It was super impressive, and they did it. Like, but even after I heard that, yes, I haven't thought about, like, how to apply it. You have a good idea about this paid integration. Thank you.
That is right now I am half of your MRR, and basically this kind of service I'm doing, which is one a week I do probably. So it took me one day in a week. double my MRR basically by doing that.
Wow. Yes.
And
No,
and
it's
it
pretty
gives
common
me a lot
request.
of
Yes.
contact with the client. I get also new
Yes.
insight, new things I should do, help, how people use my software. It's like very good.
Yes. I love it. No, I see it like
Hmm.
pretty like today, this morning, I was actually helping somebody, like reading their code and helping them to integrate, I have, let's say, now open like 5 open tickets, yes, and I try to
Hmm.
prioritize them. And it was like, I have documentation, you have ChatGPT, you probably can do it for yourself, yes. So I I send a few hints, few points how to improve that, yes, and then I
Yeah.
switch to another ticket. But if it was paid, probably it could mean a lot for me because I could use this money to improve product, to live better life, and so on. Yeah, so
Yeah.
I could prioritize this. I can see how it could work.
It
Wow.
makes a lot of sense. Just one thing you have to be careful for me is to still sell a package, something you see which is repeated problem to users, but you can just copy paste it, or do it very
Yes.
easily. Because if you start to sell like very custom service on every client, then you will start to be, to kill
Yes.
yourself into this
Yes.
service things.
Agree with you. I did it. I did it a few times. Like I charged customer for, like they asked me custom features. I decided not to build them into product, but write some custom scripts and sell them the
Mhm.
scripts. And then I saw another request, pretty custom. So I decided to just, I don't do it. Sorry, like because I could, like, it doesn't improve my product, and it's super rare.
Yeah, yeah. This is for me the slight difference. I don't go because otherwise you will get lost on that. Like you will become an agency at the end,
Yes. No,
and
it's
we
okay
don't
if you
want
want
that.
to build an agency. Yes.
I mean, yes, if it's your goal to build an agency, yes. But my goal personally is to not have to do meetings with people, to use my time how I want. Earlier today I wanted to, my future wife was going to, like she had 1 hour or two free, and I was like, okay, let's go to the beach. And I want to have this freedom, I don't want to be like,
Yes.
oh no, because today I have a client work or whatever, or
I
this
agree with you.
deadline. I don't have
I have a
deadline, and I love
friend,
that.
and he is building an agency. And like people often write on Twitter, like, you need to start from agency, then you need to start from one-time payment product, then you need to do,
Mm.
like, they give you this playbook and you should go with it. I'm just like, my close friend is building an agency. Wow. Yeah, it's a lot of work, like building a product, yes, but it's
Yeah.
such a huge difference. You need so much. I don't have these tools of working with people. I don't, probably it's my weak side, but it's like, you need a lot of mental capacity to, like, manage people, deal with conflicts, like improving. And if you have 5 projects and this one calls you, oh wow, like I
Yeah.
see it, and I really love what I do. Like I'm so grateful.
Yes. Yeah, I
Like,
agree with you. But there are even
yes,
something I think this is very hard to do because with an agency, by each client you get like a lot of money, like 5K, 10K, whatever.
yes. It's
And
cool. It's cool. Yes,
compared to that, your SaaS is making like 20 euro more. Each client is like, it's very
yes,
tiny money. And
yes.
if you have the two business in the same time, that will be very hard for you to prioritize the one who's making the least money because it's the
Agree.
one who will make in future, but currently it doesn't. So I think this is
Yes,
just a battle in your head, like it's impossible.
it's
I'm
really
not
hard.
sure.
Yes,
I don't agree this is a good idea to start with an agency. I was before I started
yes.
Capgo into a company, we tried to do both, and that was a mess. That was so
Yes,
hard.
yes. It's like I would say that, for example, it seems like for my friend, it's like a better fit for his personality. Like he
Yeah,
loves talking to people, like all this stuff and so on. So if you want to do it at the end of the day, that's the job you like to do. It's okay. Like start from the agency, yes. But if I want eventually build a SaaS product and I want to start improving some, why not to do it like from day one? Like if I can afford it. Let's say
yeah,
I
that's
was,
the point here. You need to afford
yes,
it.
yes. If you can afford, like if you have runaway, if you can take some freelancing, XYZ. So it's like, it's a luxury to build a SaaS.
Yeah.
It's
How
all.
long it took you? How long it took you
Yes.
to make enough money to live from Screenshot One?
Oh, it's probably now like 2 years, I think, and half. Yes, it's probably now that I could live from it. Yes, but I still have some, like a little bit of freelancing. I'm just helping. Like currently, I do it almost because like I want to help. Like I don't know. Sorry, I don't know if we will continue doing it yet, but I just want to help to finish that project or to continue it. So I do a little bit of freelancing, but probably now, if I wanted, I could live fully like from it and also covering family expenses.
What is a little bit? It's like a day a week?
It's like 3 days a month now, something like that. You know, like it's
cool.
some money. It's not even like, it's probably, for me, it's probably negative revenue, I would say, from that, because I don't, no, in some sense, because I don't spend it on my product, you know. But I really love like this person who I work with, so I enjoy like their vibe and so on. So I decided, okay, I will. It's not a lot of time for me, but having this fun. So,
I mean, we are not. Not everything is about money. Sometimes it's about more connection, people, and stuff. And for me, doing this project on my own and making money on my own and have this freedom is also for that. You know, I am putting a lot of energy in an NGO in Madeira, named Madeira Friends. I help them, you know, I set up like and this is because I am free with Cabgo and I have time. I can help them try to make the NGO grow and be sustainable. So it's fine, I think. There's no shame on that. That's your freedom.
Agree
you
with
do
you.
what the fuck you want with it.
Yes, exactly. Now, like, if you, let's say 2 years ago, I would probably need to work like to freelance and to make money and so on. And I should have done it from my needs, you know. But today I can do it, you know, just because I want to do it, you know. Like if I want to work, like you say, for some NGO or to help my friends with marketing, with, I don't know, building something, I can just do it. Like it feels like infinite funding, you know, like you have kind of infinite fund that funds all your endeavors. It's crazy.
It's crazy. I really like more and more this feeling. Like I think I passed the 5k MRR before the summer, or just before the summer, and since then I really start to feel like the impact of it. Because before I was making less than I was earning as a freelance, and now it's more, and I see like I'm just like going to the beach with my partner or like traveling. You know, we get like a hotel in Tokyo. It was like 900 a week. So I
congratulations on that. It's a huge milestone. Yes.
Yes, thanks. And so I paid the hotel, and 2 hours later, I received a Stripe notification, and I got like 1,200. And so I was like, okay, so I spent 900 and then come back 1,200. I was like, that's cool. I could do that more.
Yes. It feels like, you know, how to say it, like we are super lucky to have this, let's say. Yes. Like it feels like super cool position to have this. Like I wish, if possible, to more people having that, but people who want it, yes. Not everybody wants. Somebody like love what they do and do something else, yes. But for somebody who wants to do something like that, build their product and having their company and this kind of infinite funding of their lifestyle, whatever they build. I wish more people to get to this point.
I agree. I agree. It's super nice. And I think if you compare to before, like the startup idea, when you have to make millions and you need a lot of funding, this is way harder game for me because there are only very few successful. But to make 10k, it's way more accessible to more people because like it's just 10k a month. Of course, it's hard. It's fucking hard, and you're gonna need to become a marketing person, a support person, a sales person. You have so much to learn, but it's still way easier to do than $1 billion company.
Yes. It's still one thing. Like I was working in companies like as an employee. Yes, I was a tech lead. I was in different positions, so I wasn't in position like of the founder, yes, of a company with 50 employees, for example. But I was seeing that from the inside, and for me, it looked like it's a huge job. It's pretty hard, you know. It's like it's a lot of stuff happening. It's a lot of, and interestingly, you know, probably I make a lot more money than some startups I worked for. Like some startups weren't profitable, you know, for a long period of time,
Yeah.
and then they eventually one of the startup, unfortunately, was bankrupted. So, wow, it was like they had a lot of money, like everything to succeed and so on. And still it was so hard to bootstrap something because they also were targeting, you know, super like you either should big, huge, or you fail, yes. Like there is no spectrum when you
in between.
Yes, it's like but more people can make, let's say in my current location where I live, it's you need to make for a family you need to make like something like 7k of dollars in profit if you want to live pretty, let's say, balanced life, to rent
Where
an
do you live right
apartment,
now?
In Israel.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow.
So it's like
okay.
It's pretty.
What was your last salary as an employee?
As an employee, it was around. I would average it, you know, like to not expose any company. Like I don't know.
No, you don't need like the highest. Don't say the last. The highest you got, maybe. Then it's just to compare about with MRR right now.
Yes. It was pretty close to my MRR or above it, you know.
Okay.
Like it was.
Oh, you still
Yes.
you still have room to go to improve your.
Yes.
That's what I like with with having your own software is there are no limits to the revenue you can make, and unless you don't understand your market, you don't understand your product or to evolve it. But if you do understand, you will find like infinite growth where salary has a limit. You know, it will be limited by the company, what can pay, where you live, so many things.
Yes. I was, you know, like anyway, I was investing and so on. But investing is pretty, you know, like it's pretty interesting topic because it doesn't guarantee you anything. Entrepreneurship also, you know, but it's like I said in the beginning, you know, it wasn't probably for me the reason, like the full reason, like just money. Because now when I'm thinking what to do next, I think like what could be the next goal, you know? And I'm thinking maybe 100k MRR, I don't know, just for example, yes. And it sounds so crazy. It sounds interesting, but I don't feel it doesn't resonate in me somehow, you know? So I try to find something that will resonate in me, some challenge, because I'm afraid that this kind of comfort, you know, probably with time can degenerate me, you know.
So you will end up in the casino, spending all the money every night, drinking.
No, probably not. You know, like it's. But
that
I
was
mean,
funny the way you say it.
No, I mean that like I feel okay today. I can, you know, just read a book for the whole day. You know, I don't need to work. I just need to answer a few support tickets. You know, like. And then one day I will wake up and some competitor or something will happen, and I just won't be prepared for that. You know, like I was living so comfortable, like without, and I lost, let's say, my sharp skills for surviving. Let's say yes, and I also don't want to be in the rat race on the other, you know, like on the opposite.
Yeah.
So it's kind of I'm thinking about something challenging, but still like possible to achieve.
Yeah, I understand what you mean. There is a famous sentence like that, you know, it's like or you die as a hero or you're like last enough to become the villain. And I think it's a bit this kind of thing, you know, everything you're gonna build, you know, it's also the things that can kill you, you know, because then you will have your lifestyle, you will have your house or whatever, and maybe you will be like less hungry to grind, you know, to make more effort, and then someone will kill you at one point, like, because you're the villain, you know, you are like the bad Dima who is making screenshot too expensive or whatever, and someone wants to do better than you.
Yes. I know this one. I often find myself in a situation where people tell me that I'm kind or something like that, And I think, it's pretty easy to start feeling that you're kind and believing in that and having like high moral standards and so on. So what I do, I always assume and expect that I am not a good person. I'm just regular human. I have all the flaws and everything. And
Yeah, I see what you mean.
I also, yes, like I try to think that I'm not kind at all. I have some strategies, like how to deal with people and so on. So it's like I already say to myself that I am a villain, and I have a huge road to grow, like, to become a better person.
We'll make the title of the podcast, Dima the Villain.
Okay, you see. So I mean that, like, the moment, I'm pretty sure the moment you think that you're right, that you're kind, that you're so good, so cool, you're the villain. Like this moment when you think that you're like
Ego
super
is
cool,
always
man.
the problem, huh?
Yes, like it's I am talking about this one exactly because it's super tricky. It's so tricky to catch it, to notice this kind of, sometimes I'm doing something good and I see that I'm doing it because my ego like love this, this kind of
Yeah, of
behavior,
course.
like it's, but I don't know.
You want to be praised. You want to be
Yes. You want the people will tell
stuff.
Dima is so kind, Dima is so nice. Yes, but I think it's still better than doing just shit. Just doing some shit to people and being mean.
Of course. But that's interesting you talk about vision, because for me, the point is not like making money or making more money. What I want to do is to make, Capgo is an open source project and is based into an open source technology. And this open source technology has an ecosystem which is not really healthy. So one of my goals is to pour a lot of money into the ecosystem to improve it. So I'm trying to get more and more. I was doing that just before we do the call. I'm trying to create, like, I have people can support my work into Capgo, but I'm also pushing people to funds issue and not pay me to do it, so that make also external contributors start to get paid to do work.
Yes.
And I really love that, and I would like to grow this idea, to grow a community, because I think many developers are not made to be entrepreneurs. But they could be kind of solopreneurs if they were, for example, just like fixing issue and be paid for that, and so I would love that as one of my goals, to create a sustainable ecosystem where people can get money and they don't care, they don't do a meeting, they don't be part of a company, they just see an issue, they see there is a money, if they fix it, they fix it the way they want, it got accepted, they got the money. And I find this idea so cool.
Yes, I love it. This one resonates in me pretty hard. Like you actually, like, I think it's pretty cool that, especially with the current internet, somebody, from some like remote place without any opportunity to find work, in their location, can just try to probably accidentally find your project and have money. Or, for example, if your model works good and you promote it also, yes, like people can copy it and we will have more opportunities like that. This one resonates in me. Like, and but I don't know how to frame it as a goal, like how to.
Yeah, I understand.
Like if I want to focus on something, let's say in the next 3 years, like how I formulate it clearly as a goal. Let's say, do I say I want, let's say 10,000, let's say 1,000 developers like closing issues, or close at least one issue for $100, something like that? Yes, but that's something that resonates.
Right now, I don't have like real tangible objective on that. I know I'm going to this direction, but I don't know how to measure that.
Yes.
You're right. That's an interesting thing. So I will think about it. But you just shared about like someone you don't know, etc. And I had exactly this case. I had a guy who I don't know even where he lives. I think he's in Africa. And the guy is like very shitty computer, and he managed to, I don't know how, do magic and fix some issue were pretty hard and no one managed to fix it. and he got like $1,000 for that, because it
Wow,
was
so cool,
very
so
hard
cool.
one. And the guy told me like basically that's helped him to get like better tools, help his mom to pay his mom, healthcare and stuff. And I was like, wow, because the issue took a bit of time to get review because it was a big part of code. And the guy
Yes,
was
yes,
like,
yes.
can we do something for that? Because like I really need that to pay my mom healthcare. I was like, yeah, yeah. So I paid
Yes,
it.
yes.
I paid like half of it in advance before even seeing the code or testing the code to help him because he contributed many times, so I knew he was like trustable.
Yes,
But
yes,
yeah,
yes.
that's so cool story, and I think like
Oh, I
more and
love
more
it.
there's something like that, and you never know. Like I have also a guy which is amazing working in, I think he do Astro, so Astro framework. So he do my website mainly. He do a lot of things in my website to the Astro
Yes.
framework, and he's from India. It's super cool guy, and same. That's basically working like in a few issue for me. It's like he can live like cool with that,
Wow,
and
wow, it's so
for
cool.
yeah, it's super super nice.
Yes, yes,
So
yes. This one, also I want to add to this. I saw so many talented developers from a lot of African countries and different other countries. They just don't have access even to Stripe, you know. So for if
oh
even if
yeah,
they want, even if they wanted to be entrepreneurs, yes, to build something and to sell it, yes, they just don't have access to it, and it's like it's pretty.
sad. It's
I
fucking sad for
yes,
me.
I don't know
Yeah,
how. I don't know. Yes.
there is a guy from Senja, I think he's from Africa. I forgot his name, but he's sharing often about that. Senja is a pretty successful
Yes, yes,
testimonial
yes. Wilson,
software.
Wilson. Yes, yes.
Yeah,
Wilson,
yeah,
Wilson.
and each time like he had like he wanted to do something. Like last time he wanted just to go to a conference. He was
Yes,
invited and he
yes,
couldn't go
yes,
because fucking visa. And you're like, what the fuck? Like when you're in Africa, like everything is like put you
yes,
down, you down. Even you're
yes,
successful, you cannot keep growing. You're just fighting with
yes.
the system.
He is pretty amazing. He's like,
Yeah,
you know, he shared his story a few times about these issues on Twitter, and I remember like it was public. Yes, so I think I can
yeah,
share it because it was public replies. I was writing to him like, why don't you just immigrate? Because like you have all the skills and you have all the and it made me respect him even more. Like I already have all possible respect for Wilson. It's such a talented person, and what he said, it was pretty simple. Like family relies on me, and when he wrote family, I realized he doesn't mean like only like only just his kids and his closest family. He means a lot of people. Like he's like, and so this like, and I'm pretty sure like he knows, like one of the
hmm
ways to when you hire somebody to find somebody else good is just to ask your best hire to you have any friends. 100% Wilson knows a lot of talented developers too. Like they just need these opportunities to how to say it, to show themselves. It's like this one resonates in me pretty deeply because I believe that if you see far away in the future, it's pretty complex topic, like, but for me, capitalism it's complex term, everybody puts a lot of in this stuff, but let's say pretty simple. If people have good life, if people have money and can build the lifestyle they want to build, people probably won't fight. I expect it to be so, like it's one of my assumptions. And if we can like increase GDP of the whole world, it's like we're just making a few bucks now and talking about big topics, yes.
yeah.
But let's talk anyway, just for the future, if the world GDP could be increased for a lot of regions, we probably could have like let's say developed countries, France and Germany. I'm not sure people want to fight, between these countries, There's a
Yeah.
lot of reasons to fight, but when you have pretty good life, everything is cool and so on, you probably won't do it. So it's
Well,
also one of my.
I would really like to believe in your what you're saying, but right now it seems like for me Russia has very good GDP and still going to war. So
Yes, yes,
I'm not
it's
sure
a
it works
complex
for
one.
everyone.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I
Uh,
agree with you. It's a complex one. It's like it's a complex one. and in that case, it's counterintuitive. But probably if they put more sanctions and it has less GDP, it probably could stop fighting. Could have less weapons and so on. Okay.
Yeah, but definitely, I believe like more chance to everyone in this world will be like definitely a gift. Like, it's not because you are from Africa, from France, or whatever, you should have less or more chance. It doesn't make any sense for me. Even just the visa things like kill my mind. Like, my partner, I was talking earlier, she's from Ukraine. And like we just want to travel in places, and she has to fucking struggle to do visa. Like to go to Japan, she has to put in a folder every travel she did for the last 5 years. While me, I just arrived to Japan. That's it. I just come and they say, hello, welcome.
Yes.
No, it's insane. Like, just leave the people do the fucking what they want.
Yes. It's
crazy. I think we can come back to the topic like we were like about you and stuff. So I just have a question about like, so when you decided to quit, you had like savings. What was your what did allow you to quit? Because you had investment.
Yes, it was pretty. Like my wife was working. It's important. Yes, like he has a job and she has a job. Yes, and but I anyway was.
She was your VC.
Yes, I anyway was thinking from the position like how to say it philosophically. Yes, I need to have like runaway and to work from the position that I'm working alone. And my goal is to make sure that my profit and my revenue can cover all our expenses. Yes. Because in case if she loses her job, yes, for example, or I lose my job or my business, like we're trying to be partners and to cover each other in these situations. So yes, when I quit, I had runaway for 2 years or something like that.
Did I lost you?
I don't hear you. Okay, so for experiments,
I lost you for a second.
Yes.
So you're back.
Okay, so my wife also has been working, so it was pretty, I would say, comfortable situation, probably for 1 or 2 months. But then when I saw like we anyway didn't have enough money to cover our expenses, and when I saw like money burning, it was pretty high pressure on me, like I started to work harder, like I even at some point I was thinking to go back to job, and I had a decent offer with pretty high salary, pretty seductive salary, good position. And it was probably half year ago after I quit. And after I quit half year since I quit. So I was really thinking about going back and to the job, because it was like just burning your savings. It's probably I heard about this advice, quit when you have savings. It's not that simple. Like when you see your money just burning, it's probably even more pressure than just don't have money and have some kind of freelance on the side,
Yeah.
Like it's so.
I think for me, there are no fucking good moment to it's the same as people asking when should I invest in crypto, whatever, SMB 500, S&P 500. There are no good moment. Every time you will have like bad reason and good reason to do it. But the only point for me is just, do you really feel that's what you fucking want? If that's what you fucking want, then do it. You will struggle. It will be painful anyway. But maybe you have a chance.
I love that. I haven't thought about this comparison of when you enter stock market and when you quit your job. It's interesting. I agree with you. Like in case of, let's say, S&P 500, just enter every time you can and you have some money, like, average down. Like it's proven 100 times. It's not a financial advice. Don't do it.
Not a financial advice. It's proven, but not
yes,
so
but it's not advice. Yes, do your due diligence. Advice with your advisor, financial advisor. It's not legal advice. Blah blah blah. No, we're serious about it. Yes, but I mean that like you don't. I really love your like analogy. You enter whenever you can, whenever you want. Like The same with quitting job. I think retrospectively, if retrospectively I see, all my career, all my years of working, every moment was perfect and every moment was tough also, like it should have been decision, like I quit and that's it, I go for it, because for example, of course, if I started let's say 10 years ago, probably it would be so cool now. I would be in a different position, but it was also hard, so it's like, it always was this kind of, I think also there is no advice for people, like people need to...
Definitely not.
Yes.
But I really like, in this matter, I really like this kind of quote. I'm trying to search in the same time. It's Simon Sinek, of course. There is no wrong decision. The only decision we make right. And
I love that.
And for me, it means everything, it's so, like, you can take anything you do in life, and if you don't believe in it, you're not doing it fully, you're like, oh, maybe you have doubt and stuff like that, then it will be a fucking bad decision. You will make it a bad decision. But if you truly believe in it, and if you're like trying your best, showing up every day, be happy about your decision, then it will be an amazing decision. Maybe it doesn't mean you will succeed, maybe your project will fail, but you will take that as an adventure. You will take that differently. The way you approach the topic is the result of what you're gonna get from. It's not about like if you succeed or not, if you are happily going this direction or not, if you're like enjoying the journey, because it's not the destination, it's always that. And for me, this sentence resumed this in a very like tangible way for me. So now I think we can go back to another topic I've written. It could be great.
Okay.
I think we can go to my question. Like that could be interesting because it's already 50 minutes. We already like talking, and I really enjoy that. So I think we've talked a bit about success already, your success and what you enjoy. So we can go to the other side, which is also very interesting. Like recently, what do you struggle with? What is your current struggle? Because like everything can be good, everything can be bad. So what are the bad stuff of entrepreneur?
I thought you would ask me about something different. I don't have any preparations for this question. And it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool question actually, What are my struggles? Wow. It's pretty cool question. Pretty recently, I think a lot of things helped me to, like, actually a few days ago, I wrote on Twitter something like, my life is so cool now. I am the best position, like have best years, everything is so cool. Mm-hmm. Yes. But I don't want to share a lot of details, but let's say, of course, not is so cool. And of course, I have low days. And of course, I have a lot of serious issues, let's say. Probably not a good place to share, like on the podcast. But what I want to say that at the mental, I managed to somehow to reframe myself, to rebuild myself mentally, to, kind of abstract from like what's happening and to enjoy whatever like I have now, like even in the toughest moments, I think, okay, it's not easy now, it's not simple, but at least I have this. I have healthy kids, I have happy family, I have a product I'm building, or I have an opportunity to build a product, So about tough moments, let's say in the entrepreneurship. For me, the hardest one. Yes.
Yeah. I wanted to say like, sometimes like the struggle are very like dumb in a way, but that's very okay. Like for example, when you start to have a lot of things working well, then one of your main struggle is the fear of losing what you have. And
that's also... It's true.
And that's so dumb because like you had all and now you're fearing like every day to lose that thing.
Yes.
And I feel it more and more, for example, for Capgo, because my whole business like is sitting to one tiny, verifiable thing that can fail a lot. Is Apple and Google is allowing apps to be updated not through the App Store if you do JavaScript. Wow. If they remove this only sentence in the rules of the Apple Store, my business is dead. Like literally from one day to another.
You're right.
And at the beginning it seems very fun. And now I feel like very threatened by that. like
Yes,
because like
yes,
it's 5,000 a
yes.
month.
Yes, yes, yes.
And
It's
so
it's
there are things like that. There are also like, I feel like now I having money, I start to be successful and in this manner. But personally there are stuff happening. Like for example, my dad is fighting a cancer. And I feel like why everything is working now, and my dad is struggling, and he's like struggled his whole life. He was entrepreneur, and now he's
Mhm.
like finally sold his company, and 6 months later, cancer. Like what the fuck? Why?
Cancer, you said. So,
Yeah.
wow,
So
wow,
yeah,
wow.
it seems to go in the good direction. So I'm happy for that. But sometimes you feel like, why? Why this shit is happening now?
Yes,
And
yes. I'm sorry for your father. It's it's like
it's
it's
life. You don't decide that kind of thing.
no, you don't decide. Yes, it's like I'm pretty in my worldview. It's pretty random. Like
Oh yeah,
I
it's
don't
fucking
believe.
random.
Yes, it's like it. I think it could have. It can happen to you, to me, like it's to anybody, and it's like, and imagine spending all your life on something that you don't like to do, and then anyway getting bad luck, let's say. So about
Yeah, but it's
yes,
basically the story of
it's
my dad. He was doing a restaurant for 10 years,
you mean
and he hated that at the end. Like he was like so hating it, and he
yes,
couldn't
yes,
like sell it because no one wanted to buy it, and it's like kind of your own jail. And now I'm
yes,
also
yes, yes.
fearing that, I'm feeling like maybe in 10 years I will hate Capco and no one will want to buy it,
And have the same and have the same problem. Yes,
Yes.
yes, I understand you. Understand you. It's actually a cool question. Uh, when to sell, when to buy, but I only sold one project. Like I don't know. Like I
Hmm.
don't plan to sell my current project because it's like project that is working. It brings money and so on. Like why to sell it? Like and it
Hmm.
grows. Like it. I had a few acquisition offers and some were pretty serious. Like from people who are doing in the same space. They know what they wanted to buy, knew what they
Yeah.
wanted to buy. But I thought, wow, like I have so much to learn yet from this business. Let's say even if I keep building it and it fails in a few years somehow, I don't know how, I still will learn so many lessons from that. Like fixing churn, acquisition, marketing, and so on. Like because if I start building something new now, I will do it again from zero. And it's a little bit boring, to start again, all this marketing, SEO,
Yeah.
and so on, so on. So, but with my current project, I go deeper and deeper, like deeper and deeper, and I love it. About struggles, let's say in the entrepreneurship, yes. Let's not talk about life and what's happening. It's like it's like so actually one of the struggles is how to decide what to do next. And now it's harder and harder because my goal was pretty clear, like 10k MRR, like,
Yeah.
and now I just don't know what to do next. Okay, I'm focused on improving the product. I like it. I do support and so on. But wow,
Hmm.
how do you decide what to do next? Like, because it was your dream, you achieved it. It's like, it's, it's pretty privileged position to say it, yes, but like, I don't know what to do next. Like I'm lost in some sense, Like, and this is one of the struggle. This is one struggle I have. Like, what to do next? What are my next goals? Also, another struggle is prioritization. Like, if I have, let's say, five support tickets, I have features, I have documentation, I have, like everything. Yes. How
Hmm.
do I decide? I still don't have some kind of framework. Like customers are always the top priority, but I don't have framework for to decide. Let's say today I do documentation, tomorrow I do marketing, other day I do, I don't know, churn fixing. That's another struggle, and of
What
course
I-
all this.
what
Yes.
what have you tried to improve on this struggle? I'm wondering.
Uh, let's say from the first struggle about what to do next. So what I'm doing is
Hmm.
I'm just writing. I'm writing some kind of posts. Some of them I publish on Twitter, some of them I don't publish. But I try to find something that resonates in me. Also, one of the reasons I decided to go and talk with people from different backgrounds, varieties, and so on. And I want to meet more people now. Because when I talk, for example, to you, and you told me this story, like creating issues and paying people for these issues and so on, I feel some resonance in it. And I think, okay, so maybe I need to find in this direction, maybe there is some interesting goal I can achieve. Like, because when I talk to somebody who...
By the way, I do that with a software, and the software name is Algora, if you want to know
Algora.
if people are interested on the podcast.
Oh, I love it. I will check it. Algora. So, and so currently let's say I'm in observation phase of this problem. I want to gather as much as possible information and to see what resonates with me. And then probably the next step will be just, okay, I will try to go in some direction and to see if it resonates deeply. Let's say, I don't know, maybe build something open source and see if I can pay people also, involve more people, and I don't know, partner with somebody to build some new business, let's say, for example, yes. Or another problem with prioritization, yes.
Just to the first topic, there are one question, like often I mean, for me, it makes sense because I have been around that, but not for everyone. Have you tried to get like business coach or coaching in general? Because that's something that have helped me a lot.
Yes, it's a good question. Actually, I have friends who are more successful than I in some areas, so I just talk to them, Also, I have like some kind of authority and people with credibility I really admire, and like I love their stuff. And sometimes I do something like I just try to like ask a question, but like no, I don't have somebody specific helping me in my journey, and I read books, of course, yes, like every day. It's non-negotiable, but somebody who just, I love that idea. I haven't thought about that. Maybe somebody
you
who
can
is a
even
few
try
steps...
with ChatGPT now, I think. You can
yes,
you should find a GPTs business coach and talk with it in audio. I'm sure it works.
No, there is a audio chat now. So I was walking and chatting, What I didn't like, and you probably noticed it also, it's pretty agreeable, like it. So if I ask, for example, should I do X? It says, yes, you should do X and consider Y and Z.
It doesn't challenge you.
Yes. Should I do Y? Yes, you should do Y and consider X and Z. Like, wow, like how do I decide? You decide, and it answers, and it's okay. Yes, you decide. You decide based on X, Y, Z, and so on. So it feels like
maybe a business coach will be better on that, definitely.
Yes, somebody like I love that. You need somebody who feels you, like who probably can spot something from the outside, because it's. Do you have one?
Yeah, and often, I had one, but in French, and I really liked talking with him. Like I stopped I think 2 months ago because I felt like very good lately, and I didn't feel I had more question, but I did for a year, I think. And that was super helpful because it's not a person who is going to give you answers. It's not the goal of any coach usually, but they help you to challenge you on your belief and on what you think or so they push you to think, to think aloud. And that is a super medium to do that. It's so funny, like you need to pay someone to doing that. But so I couldn't find anything better than that sometimes for certain things. Like, when you struggle, you think too much about something, and then, it's the same in development, this kind of the tiny duck problem, the tiny duck thing, when you cannot find the bug or solve the bug of the code, and then you take a tiny duck and you explain to the duck what is the problem, and while you voice it, then you find the solution.
Yes.
And I think business coach is a bit like that when you voice, but of course they do a bit better than that. They do better than that, but this is this kind of thing. You need to speak up about it, and having someone which is paid to listen to you for an hour or two a week.
Yes.
That changed a lot, I think, because he's fully dedicated to that. You're not using a friend, which is like you think to go to a coffee with you and you're just using him as a therapist. It's just like someone paid for that. So I really enjoy that.
Yes.
And I think I will do it again soon.
I love that. I also like now when we are talking, like I try to, let's say, brainstorm on some ideas. Like when I tell you about 100k MRR, like I try to feel if I feel something, if it resonates. No, I don't feel okay. Let's say. So then we talk about another topic, and I say, oh, this one, like it's kind of experience I seek. But I love an idea of the dedicated person. It's interesting.
Yeah, because like it's more professional. Of course, I do that a lot in the podcast as well, and the podcast is a good medium for that. But
yes.
Maybe that could be a thing for you. You could launch a podcast as well.
Do you know? I tried. We did like 8 episodes, and it was so hard. Like
what was hard for you?
Consistency.
Yes.
I also was editing it, like cutting all the voice, like all the.
You made it the hard way, definitely. Yeah.
Yes. Like probably I should just starting first build consistency and then maybe improve it. Yes, but it was pretty hard. But I liked it because when you're in the position of asking questions and pretty. Like you're really interested in what are you asking, you learn a lot.
Yeah.
So yes.
Like podcast for me has been an MBA. Like I started podcast in French before English, and I started my journey to become like an entrepreneur, solopreneur. Because before I was entrepreneur, always with co-founders, and doing the podcast make me meet so many guys doing in solo. Then I realized like, why I'm with co-founders. I really love the 2 guys I was co-founder with, but it was not for me. So
yes.
In fact, it was the combination of the podcast and the coaching. I think I realized that in the podcast, and then the coaching challenging me, like, why, if you don't feel it, why you are with co-founder? And I couldn't answer the question, and he was keeping us asking again, and I was like, I don't know. He say, okay, so if you don't know why you're doing it, and I couldn't answer. So he say, so what you gonna do? And I say, I'm going to quit. So coaching made me decide to quit, like being a co-founder and start CapGo. So definitely yeah.
It's interesting. I tried a few times. It was pretty hard, like it's.
Yeah, you need to find someone you like, you really enjoy.
Yes. No. I like. I enjoy the person. No. Podcast. No, I meant co-founders.
I meant co-founders. Yeah, co-founders is super hard for me.
Yes, it's like.
You could be the best people in the world. I start to hate them at one point.
This thing. Also, there is another level to that. For example, I sometimes want to take day off and go to the sea beach, but I'm not sure I will be comfortable seeing my co-founder, I don't know, hardworking, and I'm just having fun. It's kind of two-sided obligation. Maybe it's good, I don't know, like, but it's pretty hard to find, like it's like finding your wife. It's pretty hard.
Definitely, definitely hard.
Yes, but as you said before, there is something like it's the decision that you can make it right. Like like sometimes there is, let's say, 80% fit, and maybe you can adjust a little bit, and the person can adjust a little bit, and you can then fit. But yes, I decided for now that I just need to have a reason for that. That's it. Like I need to feel it that, like, let's go. Yes, I don't want to just push myself because everybody needs co-founder, or this YC rule.
Yeah,
they don't accept solo
founder.
Yes, I just so. Yes, so if I go to YC, I just need to find artificial co-founder. Like no, so I decided I will go, I will build, I will make stuff, help people and so on. And if somebody, somehow, maybe we will do it. I don't know. Maybe no. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I don't need really a co-founder. Now I start to accept the fact I will have people working with me more often, but I still don't like the idea of having someone full-time, because then you cannot go to the beach, and stuff like that. So I'm trying to have more freelance or more people working with the Algora issues and paid issue.
Damn, man, it's so cool. I mean, it's like I currently
I have a question compared to that. Why Screenshot One is not open source, for example?
It's a good question. It's a good question. Actually, I just didn't think about that at all. Like, I just launched, and then like it was so many hacks. The code is so shitty. Sorry, I mean, like, no, my code is the best one. If you're a customer listening to me,
No, there are no customer listening, man. You can say it.
it's okay.
But
No, if you're my customer, like my code is perfect, it works and so on. But if you're a developer, like my code is not perfect. But what I mean by shitty, I don't mean like it's buggy, I mean it has a lot of this kind of if, else, there's for loops, like it's real production working code that solves problems, and it's not, it's not,
it's not beautiful.
No, it's not beautiful. It's not crafted. And now, so every project I make now is open source, like all them like open source. I launched a game, it's open source. I launched something new, it's open source. Like probably if I launched now Screenshot One, it would be open source because I see like a lot of pros in it. Yeah. I don't want to say like, I prefer to show it by actions, not by talking. Yes, like I don't want to say that it will be open source someday because I don't know. It requires.
Yeah, I understand you. Like when you started, like not open source, the switch is super hard. You don't know if you're just killing yourself. You don't know like so many things.
Yes. And I'm afraid, like what if I have security issues, for example, and now like. What if I have some security issue? Like I need to do audit, So if I go open source now, let's say, I will probably need to do refactoring to make it like more beautiful, enjoyable to work this, and I will probably need to do I will do security audit for this. So it's like, and I need now to have a reason for that, Like it's when if I started as an open source, I would have a lot of reasons, and but now like I think okay, it just works, like what else can I do? So what I'm thinking about more is now if you're my competitor, yes, for competitors. So what I'm thinking about is to launch a competitor to myself, but an open source one, and then slowly. Yes, it's slowly build it up, like improve, and then just switch my main solution to it. So it's like, it will be probably more safe, secure, with beautiful code, and also will give me more...
There is Julian Nau, which is making Notion Form, did that.
Yes.
He did that.
Open forms. Yes.
Yeah, it's very, very cool idea. I like that.
But it's yes, I love it. It's pretty cool because you can, if you... One of the reasons also because why not now open source? Like, I don't want to experiment a lot with this code. It's a huge code base, not huge code base, yes, but there is a lot of code, a lot of corner cases, like a lot of stuff, and a lot of customers using it. I'm afraid to change it, really. Yes, but if I am building something on the side, I can also cover it with unit tests, everything, and so on from scratch. Like, I want to share the work I'm proud of, like I don't want to share. That's the real reason, It's not because I see some advantage in closed source. Maybe for something, when I see copycats coming for me and asking like how you do X, how you do Y, but I just...
The code is here.
yes. With open source, it would be much simpler. Just take it, yes. But I'm not sure like it would help even then. So... In my case, also, for example, people
believe like it's just copying the code will make you a business. You have so much to learn about business.
Yes. It won't help, And like I would even help people to make it like a business, but it's not. I don't think it's a good mindset to just blindly copy. It probably find some angle, probably, make a different pricing, make some niche, something like that. Yes. And one thing I think is good for open source, and I also heard you talked about this with John Rush, and it made me think about that because like I am solo founder and I have customers relying on me. Yes, I charge my bank account with a little bit more money, I have I also paid for DigitalOcean more, so if I need money, they don't charge my credit card. I have auto scaling, I have, all this stuff. And still, there is one problem. If I disappear, if something happens to me, like, if I don't have time, I don't know, I'm just suddenly dying on the street, I won't have time to open the code and to write to friends, So, but if I'm dying slowly, I will probably, share the code, everything, right, to my customers. But if it's just sudden, this buzz factor, it's pretty classical. If it happens to me, like, I'm pretty afraid, like, it will work for a few months, and somebody will need to write probably on my Twitter publicly somewhere that you need to change solution to make something. Yes. So I'm thinking about open source could solve it, but I'm thinking I need to do something with that. Yes, I don't plan to die like in the
I
following
hope so,
few
man.
years. Yes.
You're doing so great. It's not the time.
Yeah, it's not it's not the best time to die. Yes. But still, it's a good exercise. 2 customers asked me about that, like they know I always tell, like I am solo, I work and so on, and if somebody asks you, what is your proof? I answer, you see this project is alive for 2.5 years and you see this, like uptime, you can see it just works, I don't plan. I think it's pretty, I think I proved that I can work for a long time. Yes. I also work. It's another topic interesting. For example, you cannot allow yourself to burn out if you're a solo founder. Because it's like it's your only business, and if you burn out, and if you don't want to work on it anymore, what you will do? You watch on me like you don't believe in burnout.
No, I do believe, like, I was close to that during
Oh yeah.
December. Like, things were very hard for me, so I do like resonate with that. Like, especially I really think like I should sell CapGo. This is shit. I hate it. I was like, I was
Oh
that
oh.
close to give up
Yes.
because yeah, it's fucking hard to make a business, and
Yes.
especially when you're in solo, you have no one to talk to, really, to
Yes.
to to tell the other person like, I cannot do it, please. There are no one.
Yes. No one.
You
No.
just have to do it,
Yes.
and there are some things you don't want to do, and you postpone it, and more you postpone it, more shit it is, and more you don't want to do it. So yeah, I reached a point I was
Yes.
like thinking to sell it, but
Yes.
yes, so that's very hard. That's one of the reasons I am open source also, because I think like tomorrow, like, people can fork and still use it, find a
Yes.
solution.
And that's
But
another
yeah,
reason why you need to go
I
to the
agree.
beach often.
Yes,
No, it's
definitely, that's another reason.
in
That's
this
that's
August. Yes, sorry.
yeah. Go for it. Go for it.
Yeah. In this August, I didn't have a burnout like since I quit my job. Probably like I had some low moments. Of course, I was doubting myself a lot, and so, like I still doubt myself. If it was if it was every day before, now it's every week. Like, but I hope it will be every month later, maybe. Doubting myself.
Yeah. But
Yes.
it's just a matter of really prioritizing your mental health
Yes.
in the, because it's very easy to just like work 12 hours a day, and especially you have no boss.
Yes.
You are the only boss, and
Yes.
so no one will tell you often like, hey man, it's okay, you did enough. If you don't tell it yourself, like, yeah,
Yes.
no one will
Yes.
tell you. So often, like, we
Oh
do
man.
too much. We do too much, and I think more since now I have a partner, in life partner, which is
Yes.
also doing entrepreneurship. I realize more and more how important it is, because she does that a lot. She's overwhelming herself like very often, and so I
Yes.
am
Yes.
telling her often like, hey, you should like keep taking it easy, because
Yes. Take
it's a
it
game of
easy.
lasting. And each time
Yes.
I told her that, that's make me remember I should also do that. I see myself in the mirror, by seeing her. So that's
Yes. Yes.
remember me
Yes.
to do like, to take care also more of myself each time I'm seeing her, because it's so easier to see the other person what they should do than yourself,
Yes. 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 I was. Yes. Yes. I agree with you. No, mental health. It's like wow. It's before, like in this August, I was I wasn't burning out, but I was I was feeling tired, and if probably it continued for a few more months, I probably would burn out. So, but I was lucky to have a journey, a trip to Asia and to see different countries, different people. And it's like I worked only a few days this month when I traveled, whole months. And that by the way for me was success, Not money, but this
Yeah, be able to not work so much.
yes, this opportunity. And then now I returned and I decided, it's pretty sad for me now. I'm a bit disappointed. It's also one of the downsides. Let's make it for the record. So I decided to not meet with friends after 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. Let's say don't go after midnight, like, this midnight when you hang out with friends. It's like many of my friends like love to meet pretty late in the night, but I see how it impacts my mental health because I don't have good sleep, and then I feel bad, and then I said that I stopped hanging out with friends late in the night because I realized that if I don't have a good sleep, and then I can't recover for 2 weeks probably from that, and then I meet them again, and then it's like, because of having bad sleep, I see like degraded performance for my brain, and my brain is the only tool I use to make all the decisions, and these decisions now low quality. So it was a hard decision, and I would love to have some kind of system that would allow me to meet with friends. But also I told them, I can meet anytime, but before, midnight. So I am now sleeping well, like trying to eat well for 1 month. And I am just fucking machine, fucking horse. I have streak of 28 days. It was like, from the beginning of October. Every day I'm shipping something, marketing or product, like every day, except also weekends. Yes, also weekends. And I'm afraid a little bit that maybe I will burn out. Yes.
Yeah, have you seen the latest post he did, like the 28th of October, Daniel and Nguyen, about the 12 stage of burnout? I think it's very important for people to see. I will put it in the description of the podcast.
Yes.
Because we should be careful of that.
I saw it, and I think I should be honest,
Which stage are you?
There is no such talks like you don't have burnout. We only talk about at what stage are you.
Yeah, it's not do you have or not. It's not the question. It's like which stage.
No, I think I'm currently fine because like I feel that I have I played soccer yesterday, football. Yes, like I played football yesterday. I read books. Like I feel like I have interest in pretty balanced. Probably I'm recovered after the travel. It helped me.
Oh, nice.
So but I think in 2 more months I will start entering some stages. So what I want to do now, if you're listening to me, by the way, I want to meet my friends from Austria. Maybe on Twitter, Matthias and Dima. Maybe you see them.
I'm going to have them in the podcast
Really?
after you. Not today,
really?
but
yes. So I have an opportunity now to hang out. Like it's a pretty close flight for me, like for 2 hours or 3 hours. So what I want to do, I want to try as much as possible to now have this kind of serious breaks once per month, and I want this productivity to keep going till the end of life,
Yeah.
So about Daniel, I want to share one thing. I saw pretty bad takes on that. Like some people wrote and argued with Daniel, like burnout is not real, it's shit, and so on, so on. Yes, it's you can see it if you open Daniel's feed. Daniel tried to argue with them, and I don't like that because it's these people. There is only 2 kinds of people, people that had burnout and people on the way to their first burnout, and they're lucky.
Yeah.
It's cool and so on, but I would not be so quick on judging others. Yes. Let's be honest. Some moments we're just lazy. Don't want to work, and it's easy to confuse yourself, yes? But burnout is real, Like I had a job, worked for 2 years, coded a lot, yeah. Then I flew to Portugal for vacation. And then when I returned, I just couldn't open my laptop. It's probably what the last stage. I was at one of the last stages when I was working really, really hard, and I thought that I don't have burnout. I probably didn't believe that burnout exists, as a concept. So I just was working and working and working, and then I took some
everyone
break.
is in denial at the beginning.
Yes, I couldn't believe it. And then I returned. I had this break, and after the break, it was so hard to get back. It was like I'm opening laptop and then I'm closing it. It was so cool. People was so nice. It was so cool. It was such a cool project and so on. So I decided through pain and tears. I finished it for 1 month probably, and then for 8 months or even more, I couldn't open my laptop at all. I didn't work, nothing. Like I was just learning new language, not programming. I was just, hanging out with people, traveling because I couldn't. It wasn't laziness. Because I worked hard on learning new language. I was like investing a lot of time. So I believe in burnout, and denying it, it's not a good way. If you think burnout is not real, probably, I don't know, live a little bit more. I don't know, and don't are it.
Yeah, no, it doesn't make any sense.
It's yes, especially when you really love what you work on and you have this fire inside. Yes, you will burn out. It's a lot of fire you put in. You're literally burning yourself.
No, for me, we are not educated to be our own policeman, to be sure, like, to not abuse ourselves. Like when you're in a company, like a business, like there are some HR people, some law, like stuff are made to protect you. But then when you get out of that, nothing is made to protect you, and you have to learn that. And we're very bad at that.
Yes. Like some companies, they force you to take vacations. Like you need to take vacations, and they make these policies. If you don't take vacation, you will lose all your credits and so on. It's like exactly. Like you have these vacations like these days to take off. Yes. And when you work solo, like still, I have nobody, and I can work on weekends. I can work every time. It's like I still don't know if it's cool or not. I don't like. It's kind of, I'm happy that I can do it, But on the other side,
I think we build freedom, but we are not very great at using this freedom. We should have kind of like a responsibility toward this freedom, and to be sure, like, to enjoy life as well, like not be so hard on ourselves, because when we enjoy life, often we do better things.
Yes.
I think we like turn around a lot of very nice topic, but we should probably go toward the end of this podcast. So it was very cool, Dima. Thanks for that.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yes, that was super great. And if you have enjoyed the podcast as a listener, please send a tiny message to Dima or me to say thank you, or ask any follow-up question, and just like create a contact. It's very nice, I think, to be in between each other's. So I think we're going to my finishing question. There one is very often I ask is what did you wish someone told you before you started your journey of entrepreneurship?
I love this one. Actually, I don't remember that you asked this one then or John.
Usually I ask everyone.
Yes, what was one thing I wish somebody would told me? Probably that in some sense, don't expect it to be easier. like probably the right expectation. Probably the right expectation to set it. If you're gonna keep growing and you want to keep growing and so on, it probably will be harder and harder, and
yes.
And your decisions will be even more riskier and riskier. At some point you, like as you said with capacitor, you have this kind of risk, that Apple or Google can just prevent you from. It means that you need to take some decision on that, and one of them can be building a new business that is not depending on this kind of risk, yes, and it's pretty tough decision. It's like death and life question, and my confusion was expectations that it will be easier and easier. Some days yes, but questions, like the most interesting questions you start asking when you solved all your basic needs problems, then you have real questions like what you want, like
Yeah,
how to grow.
the famous Maslow pyramid. It's like
Yes,
when you have basic needs, it's like what what is meaningful to me, and then this is so hard question. Like,
yes, it's probably and it's yes, but there is some kind of joy in this. It's like it's an interesting question to solve, and I wish more people to have this opportunity to ask this question.
Yeah, I wish
So
to. I wish to. It's beautiful to be able to reach this point when you don't like struggle for your basic needs and just want
yes,
to do something for the sake of doing it.
yes.
Yeah. Thanks for this answer. I think it's one of the best I got lately. I really enjoyed your answer.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
I mean, you cannot really say one is best to another one, but it's more, I will say it's one who resonates with me the most.
Oh,
Because
thank you.
I am probably reaching the same level soon, so I resonate with that.
It's probably because I didn't prepare for that one, because if I thought about this question, I would write something and it would be something banal, I think, just like.
Yeah.
But it feels so, like this feeling that it will be easier. No, it won't be easier. It will be harder, like, and people should know it, like maybe for somebody, it will be easier. I don't know. Yes, like in my experience, it's just I would love somebody to tell me you don't go in this journey just for easiness.
Yeah. But
Thank
I
you.
think this is the same. If there is the same thing in school. When you are a student, you can go to the kind of I don't know if you have that, but in France we have a preparatory school. You go for 1 year, then you do. This is something everyone do an exam, and the best got only accepted. And this preparatory year is super extreme. Like you work every day, you study every day, like all weekend and everything. And then you go to the school and everyone feel like it's easier. The school is way easier. But in fact, it's not true. It's just like you got super prepared to go hardcore. So when you go to the school, you feel it's easier because you have the habit of doing hard stuff. And I think that's what we got into the entrepreneurship journey is every task is harder than before, but you got better at the job. So in certain way, some people see it like it's easier. Some people see like the true of it, which is harder and harder.
Yes, I mean, yes, exactly. For example, like I managed to get to pretty good positions in Google, yes, and in SEO, and now it's easier for me, yes, to do marketing and SEO. It's easier for me to do support and so on, yes. But now, when I want to grow further, I have pretty hard questions. Should I hire? Should I not hire? Should I make new product, new market, new niche, positioning? And it feels riskier and riskier at some point. And some tasks for me, like, should I hire people or not? I don't know. Like,
this is a very good example. Should I hire or not? If you go wrong on this, then you have hired someone and it costs you and you change the life of this person. It has a lot of stake. So it's harder than should I write or not this article for Google?
Yes. So, but in the beginning, yes, like working with Google, all this SEO stuff, marketing was super hard. Yes, I agree. And
yes.
When I will hire somebody, I will probably make a lot of mistakes and so on. Okay, it will become easier, yes, but then it will be the next level. Maybe I need to take funding, not funding, all this stuff. So yes. Thank you. It was pretty cool.
Thanks for that one. And another one is, do you have a favorite quote, something you like to repeat yourself lately? Doesn't mean to be someone famous saying it, but something you like to repeat yourself. Often we have that, and I really like this.
Yes. It depends on the situation. I have different quotes, different guiding tools, for situations.
Mm-hmm.
For example, I don't know, let's take just one, for example.
Yes.
When I find myself expecting something from people or seeing people expecting something from me, I repeat to myself Fritz Perls. It's from psychologists, yes, from some niche of psychology. And it's not like a saying, it's more like, a poem. And it's pretty simple. You do your thing, I do my thing. And if we somehow just enjoyed this journey and managed to get together, it's cool. If not, then it's okay, That's it.
That's nice one. That's very cool. Thank you for that.
It helps me to... You can just Google it, Fritz Perls, you do your thing. Yes, and it helps me to align expectations with people. Like, I don't expect anybody... I try not to expect. Of course I expect, yes. But I try not to expect anything from anybody. And I won't nobody expect, something from me.
The same.
So it's like,
of course.
Kind of.
I agree with you. That's very cool.
It's hard.
Thanks for that one.
It's like, it's, I should be honest and frank. Yes, it's a North Star, It's, of course, some days I'm just, you should have done this and you should have done this.
Yes.
So it's...
We are always like a bad person, like
yes,
a day
yes.
and a good one another day.
And another one, the last one.
One question for me.
Yes.
Who should I invite you? It's almost midnight. I'm dead. Who should I invite in podcast after you?
Oh, I love that. I would love to hear. You said it, like Dima and Marias. Yeah, they will come.
Yes,
because
they will come
people
together, which will be the first time I have two persons in the podcast.
I cannot share like their details, but they're building. If you can, also go into details with them, because they're building a lot of cool stuff, but they don't share much about it on Twitter. And they're doing all these conferences and so on. And they, like, I'm not sure what I can share, not can share, but I would love to hear them. Dmytro, you had, yes. Yes, and Dmytro.
Yes, I just had it before you, I think. Oh, it just got released this week. Yes.
Oh, okay. So, somebody... it's like one of my heroes. It's the person, like, he taught me a lot of lessons. Daniel Nguyen, if you can invite him. Yes.
Oh man, I really want him in the podcast, but he's kind of busy guy. So we are.
Yes.
We're trying, but it's not easy. Daniel, if you listen to this podcast, come.
Daniel, if you hear it, please come. He has so many lessons and so many, like, I think he should have something like, I don't know, 200, 300k followers or something like that. And there's a lot to learn from him. So if you can invite him also, it would be nice. And a lot of other people, it's like, I can just continue.
There are many makers. But okay, Daniel is a good one. I will try to contact him. I will tag him in the post with the screenshot of us. Like, hey, I will also try. About you. Just make probably cut this video and show him. Okay. And the last one is for you. Where do we send the makers who wants to know more about you?
It's pretty simple. You can just visit my website. It's Dmytro Krasun.com, Dmytro.com. It's like written in this. Sorry, Dmytro.com. Yes, like you can just find me by name.
It will be on the description. Hopefully, like I use ChatGPT to do like the resume of the thing, so we'll get it.
Yes. Like
and maybe probably your Twitter as well. Will be in the description.
Yes. And if you have any questions, like you need some help, something with your business, like I don't have a lot of experience, but with anything that I can help, I will help. So,
thanks a lot, Dmytro. Dima. It's easier. You were right. I'm struggling with that one. But yeah, thanks a lot for being the podcast. I really enjoy talking with you. I really enjoyed this time.
Me too. Thank you.
And for the one who listen, see you in the next one. Bye-bye.
Bye.